Math minute 29. Number 1 has to deal with adding decimals. So the first thing I want to do is I want to stack the decimals vertically, and I want to line up the decimal. So if I have 0.35 plus 0.40 plus 0.10, I start on the right hand side. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 4 plus 1 is 8. I put my decimal point there, and then zeros. You would put a 0 right there to get 0.85. Number 2 has to deal with multiplying decimals. So again, I want to stack them vertically, line up my decimal points. So I do 2 times 3 is 6. Then I would do 3 times 0 is 0. And when you don't see the decimal point, you always put it right here at the end of the number. And because I have 2 place value spots, I'm going to move the decimal point 2 places to the left. So I go 1, 2. And so my answer for 0.2 times 0.3 would be 0.06. Number 3 has to deal with finding the perimeter of a rectangle. Well, if this side's 5, I know that that side's 5. If I know that my top is 8.4, my bottom's 8.4. So then to find the perimeter of a rectangle, you just add up all 4 sides. So I stacked my numbers vertically, lined up the decimal point, start on the right hand side. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 plus 8 plus 5 plus 5 would give me 26. And I put the decimal point right there. So the perimeter of this rectangle would be 26.8 centimeters. Number 4 says, how many dots would the next shape in the sequence have? Well, there was 1 dot in this sequence, 3 in this one, 6 in this one. So we were adding 2 there, we were adding 3 there, so we're going to be adding 4 here. So I better have 10 dots. So I have 4 on the bottom, I have 3 in the next row, and then 2 in the next row after that, and then 1 on top. So that leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there would be 10 dots in the next sequence. Number 5 says 192 plus 206, and these 2 squiggly lines mean approximately. So if I added them up, my exact answer would be 398. But that's approximately really close to 400. So I would say that 398 is closest to 400 out of those 4 answers. Down at the bottom, we have to do some matching. Number 6 says 9 divided by n plus 2. So if I were to write that out, it would be 9 divided by n plus 2. Nine divided by n plus 2. Now I'm looking at what answer that matches up with. Well, that matches up with answer C. Number 7 is n plus 9 squared. So I go n plus 9 squared. Well, that looks a lot like answer E. Number 8, 4 times the sum of 9 plus n. So 4 times, sum means add, so 9 plus n. That looks a lot like answer D. The product of 4 and n, remember product means to multiply, So I can just write 4 and then an n next to it. Well, that looks a lot like answer A. And then the last one, number 10. 4 divided by the difference of n and 9. So 4 divided by, difference means subtract. So n minus 9. Well, that looks a lot like answer B. And that completes Math Minute 29.